Thank God for Dr. Naismith. All of us have these jobs and all of us have this money and it's changed our lives. Thank God for him. But the rest of the world is playing the game. And they are playing the game from how do we teach the game? How do we give people the proper skill level, right? If you think about Brazilians in soccer, you think about the French, the way they teach, like the way they teach football and why America is behind the skill level of their youth before they even get, 8, 10, 12. That's why the greatest soccer players come from Brazil and from France and from England. It's like the way they train is far different than the way we train over here.
I agree 1,000%.
It's not even about the athletes. People say, well, if LeBron James played soccer. No, that's not what this is. It's the way they train. And that's why they consistently do it. It's not just that it's a popular sport. The way we train here in America, on top of, you add in the capitalism aspect of it from like the NIL and to the colleges, and you can only work out with your coaches 3 hours, or 2 hours a day, and that's the max you could. They cap this. Meanwhile, other countries have kids in academies at 15 years old practicing twice a day, every fucking day. You're in Europe. If you go play in Europe, you practice twice a day, every single day, except for game days. Twice a day.
And you only play one time a week. Quick story, and then I'll give it to Shannon. One time a week, Shannon. Okay.
No.
Shannon. Okay.
It doesn't even sound right when you say it right. So
I'm gonna say it wrong. I'm gonna give it to Shannon. All right, here's the thing, right? My middle son had a teammate. His name was Dax Mitchell. Okay. Now he was in the 4th grade. His dad worked at a refinery, and they end up having to move because the dad got a promotion. And when you're in the refinery industry, you go overseas for 3 or 4 years, and when you come back, you really, really at the top. But it's like that sacrifice part. So they moved to the Netherlands, right? And the first thing he called me and said was that I see why overseas players are more advanced and more ready than Americans. And I said, well, what you mean? He said, while we're sitting here every single weekend chasing AAU tournaments, they practice 2 times a day for an entire week. They play 1 time a week on a Saturday, 4 10-minute quarters, and that's it. Most of the time they are training. They are training and they're training and they're training. We, on the other hand, we think, AAU basketball.
5
AAU.
games on a Saturday and 6 games on a Sunday.
And so just to piggyback and like on Richard's point, he's absolutely correct. I heard this and he was like, my guy whose name is Dale, his dad, he was like, I'm never moving back to the United States until my son is ready to go because I'm getting the best form. So just
real quick, Shan, real quick. I'm going to add one more thing to Perk, then you go. Why do you think so many NBA players' sons are making it, right? And I think that you're seeing more and more because NBA players, and again, this has been a long thing, but NBA players are looking at the way basketball is being taught and they're like, fuck that. Yep. We're not. No. How many players do you see whose parents played the game? You look at a Derek Lively and his mom played basketball, and it's not even like division. It doesn't even have to be professional. But it's because they're seeing how this is being taught and they recognize quickly, no, we have experience in this. We know this is how it needs to be taught. So those kids now get this double advantage. I know how to train you, or I know how to teach you the game because what you're being taught on the AAU level is not. That's why they say the worst parents of kids at sports are the ones that never played sports. The ones who played Division I, Division II, any sort of thing, those parents are always the most calm, for the most part, the most chill, except for Perk and JJ who get thrown out of games. But for the most part, those parents that aren't coaching are more chill, right? They know how to teach their kids the proper steps versus I want my kid to go shoot threes when he's 8 years old and he's got this crazy form because no, I told little Rich, do not shoot threes. I don't care. Like, you at the park with your friends, do not shoot threes. Now he's 10 and now he can shoot threes. And now his form looks proper, right? And even now I can tell his younger brother, who's 8, is like, hey, buddy, do you see how your brother wasn't shooting threes at 8? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, you're not strong enough. You shouldn't be doing that. But you see how he can make threes at 10? And it's like, yes. It's like there's a proper level and a form. There's smaller basketballs, and then as you get older, they're bigger because you give kids a smaller basketball so they're not having to launch it. So it's not as heavy. So there's so many things that are just lost in, like, we're going to do dribbling drills and teach people how to full court press at 9 years old. It's like, what the? I took my kids out of that. Once I saw they spent an hour of practice full court pressing and learning how to break a press, which is something that's irrelevant once you get to 14 years old. Why are you spending time doing that? So these people can say, we went 42-9 last summer. It's fucking insane. It is the worst part of basketball I've ever seen in my entire life. It's disgusting. I'm disgusted by it, man. I didn't know until I walked in. It was like, that wasn't even what the fuck we had. Right?
So 3 things I try to tell parents that I talk to, and we have buddies who are obviously NBA head coaches, NBA assistant coaches, NBA GMs, college head coaches, college assistants, high school. So I ask all around because you know what? Like, I got a certain motor from the NBA of like timelines, right? And that timeline is you got to get as good as you can get every single day, no matter what, right? But the expectation for these kids nowadays is your parents pay for a trainer, and the trainer tells your parents, yeah, your kid's going to go D1, just work out with me. But then that kid might not grow, or that kid might be slow developing. And now that kid mentally, let's say he makes JV for 2 years. He's a freshman, sophomore, makes JV. That kid in his mind's thinking, I failed. And I try to tell parents, his development is not necessarily where he is, but how he approaches every single day. And I said, you know, we're at an 8th grade tournament, and these parents, some of these other parents of other schools are like hardcore. And I go, do y'all think there are coaches here?
Yes.
Like, college coaches have enough budget to recruit their own players, to recruit the portal players, and to recruit top 100 seniors or JUCO players. So unless you are a top 50 senior, 75, maybe even 100, you ain't getting a lot of coaches to go see you. So no one cares.
Not in 8th grade.
Not in 8th grade, not in 9th grade, not in 10th grade, unless you are that good. So for me, and I'll be quick about this, 1, be patient with your kids.
Please.
Be patient with them. Teach them the complete game. And that is as simple as it is. Overseas, they teach you how to move without the ball. I'll watch these kids do a workout. These fuckers dribble the ball the whole time. And when they go in the game, they don't know spacing. They don't know how to sprint the court. They don't know how to set a screen. Do you know what's the best thing now? I told my daughter, Margot, she's 12, about to be 13. She plays 3-on-3. It's the fucking
3 and
best.
3 is the best basketball.
It's the best. It is the best. Everyone learns how to pass.
Do you remember Hoop It Up, Gus Macker? Remember the Hoop It Up? So there was 3-on-3.
The Jesus Freaks always won.
So there was more 3-on-3 tournaments. That's especially on the West Coast where Channing and I grew up. I don't know about Texas or Ohio, but there was always 3-on-3 tournaments, right? I did it at the NBA Jam. NBA Jam in Phoenix, Arizona, when they had the All-Star game in '94, they had a 3-on-3 contest inside the convention center that was a part of like the NBA whole thing.
Oh, everybody participated in
that. Shit was awesome. But 3-on-3 basketball teaches you to move without the ball. It teaches you to pass and cut. Me and my best friends would have like plays. We made up our own plays, like a give and go. Like that's what we were going, like just things like that. But basketball is being taught so wrong here in America, right? It's being taught, and that's why you see more athletes, not just professionals, but Division I parents that have experience of like that's not how you teach basketball, right? But we're also the most calm. One dad asked me, he's like, Richard, how are you so calm, like at all these games? I just sit back and kind of smile, laugh, because I'm like, shit, no one's here to watch them other than their parents. The only thing I asked my son after the game was, did you have fun?
Did you get
I don't
sweaty?
care if you won. Did you have fun? That's